Well, so this place is full on Japanese food to share with all of the people living in this apartment building. But the bright side is that it's pretty clean. But that's pretty much what you get here in Tokyo for $200. Now, if you want to go a little bit closer to central Tokyo, then you're going to have to pay a little bit more. Let me show you that spot next. Let's go. Before I continue on, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this video, Squarespace. If you don't already know, Squarespace is the #1 way to build your online presence. In fact, I use Squarespace to build my website, Tokyo Zebra. Here are just some of the reasons why I love Squarespace so much. Whether you're starting a passion project or building a business, Squarespace has all the tools to get it done while also looking ultra sleek and professional at the same time. They support numerous portfolios and gallery designs, which you can customize and even password protect so the right people see your work. Use its fully integrated blogging tools and commenting features such as threaded comments, replies, and likes to help engage your community. And my favorite, built-in analytics to see how your visits, unique visitors, and page views trend over time. So go to squarespace.com today for your free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Paulo from Tokyo and get 10% off your first domain or website. That said, let me show you the next apartment. This next place I'm taking you is only a 2-minute walk from Nakai Station, a 10-minute train ride from Shinjuku Station, so the location itself is a lot closer to central Tokyo. So this next place is just a little bit more expensive. Let me show you inside. This next place I'm taking you is only a 2-minute walk from Nakai Station, a 10-minute train ride from Shinjuku Station, so the location itself is a lot closer to central Tokyo. So this next place
$225 a month? That's a deal.
Let me show you inside. Alright, so when you first walk in, this feels like a cold, small, but it like opens from the top. Alright, so here's the room. Let's go inside. Nice! The room number is handwritten. I do love these personal touches. Oh, wow, look at this room. This 9.5 square meter studio is 24,000 yen, about $225 a month, and was built in 1972, so it's almost 50 years old. So this is what you get for 24,000 yen. Let me
That's
show
better.
you around this place a little bit to kind of show you all of the different features. Basically, you have about 4.5 tatami mats. This is real tatami mats right here. First, you have the closet area, and you have 2 different levels. And what's kind of nice, it looks like it has some closing curtains here. So you can hide it, but it is a little bit difficult to open and close. Magnets don't stick very well. Looks like it even comes with some hangers here. Then just above, you have some more storage space. So I guess you can put, like your suitcase or anything there you don't really access so much. Over here, this is kind of like your kitchen area. This one has a sink. It's actually running, but it doesn't look like it has warm water. The lights don't work right now, but I'm assuming that if you do the engineering, you can run electricity. So there we go. And this here is where you can put your stove. You can actually buy a separate stove, put it right here. There's some storage just below. That's that. Decent amount of space. I guess you can put all your plants and cups and everything. It looks like that's the power right there. And right here you have the cable running down, and I believe it's for a television set. So if you do want to get some Japanese TV, then the cable runs all the way from here. You can plug it in. One thing that I love, plugging all of my stuff inside of my room. So this place, 2 outlets right here for you to use. Hopefully that's enough. But yeah, you can see that this place is this wide. So you could potentially fit a desk here and then like a small component, maybe a small single bed. And that's probably like about it. Here, interestingly,
Couch.
it comes with its own curtain. I'm assuming you can switch out to your own family curtain. And look, they even have a telephone cable just right here. But who uses landlines these days anyway? And the room has its own window on the second floor, so should be an alright view. Let's open up and see. And just through the window here, you can see the ube mochi shop that we saw earlier. At least some sun does get into this room. The room does have kind of this window where people can kind of maybe see inside if the light is on. One thing about this room doesn't have an AC, so it'll probably be really cold in the winter and super, super hot in the summer. So another thing about this apartment building is that it doesn't have its own shower or bath unit. So you're gonna have to go outside if you're gonna want to do that. But it doesn't have a shared toilet. Let me show you that now. Okay, so we have two different doors here. Let's see what's behind door number one.
Listen, we're all about influence, but we're not about random factors influencing your money knowledge.
Like how girls are often taught to say.
While boys,
Wow, so this toilet doesn't look like the cleanest thing in the world. Let's see, door number two. So it looks like this one is a lot cleaner than the first one. But the positive thing is that it has two toilets. So that's pretty much the tour of this entire place. That's everything that you would expect with this type of price. But I know that some of you are probably looking for something, say this own a private toilet. So let me come show you one of those places right now. Let's go.
don't have any wings.
Any wings?
Me personally, guys, I wouldn't mind going to Japan for a holiday.
Oh, so we're close. While she parks the car, let me show you around the station. So this last one is a 2-minute walk from Takinotsuka Station, which is about a 30-minute train ride from Ueno. So it's a pretty far from central Tokyo and rather close to Saitama. Although more expensive than the previous 2 apartments, it exacts several months of initial fees. A place like this in central Tokyo would fetch a far higher monthly rent. So I just arrived at the apartment. It's just over here. Let's go.
No offense, guys, but if I could go to Tokyo.
This 15.3 square meter apartment was built in 2017,
Oh.
so it's new and even better clean. Right, so it's just right ahead.
2017, so it's not that old.
It's a lot nicer than the ones we saw earlier. Oh,
Wow, I wouldn't mind. How much does this one cost?
wow, this room is
That's the term of tiny. How much does it cost?
a lot nicer than the ones we saw earlier.
So how much is it gonna run me?
Just arrived at the apartment. It's just over here. Let's go. This 15.3 square meter apartment.
Oh wow! Shower, toilet, AC. $500. I pay that much right now for rent. Here, $500 for me living here with my mom. Me living in my mom's house with her. I pay her $500 a month for rent. That's
Was built in 2017, so it's new and even better clean.
$500 a
It's
month.
Just right ahead. This door is a lot nicer than the ones we saw earlier.
I'll stick with. I would stick with.
This room is a lot nicer. It's double the price. It is just super clean in here. So let me give you a tour of this place. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel a lot safer in this place. Especially
Looks like
since
it's
we
safe.
just had an earthquake recently. It's actually 5 square meters larger than the previous 2 places. It just feels like a lot more.
That one before
space.
that one. I mean, besides this one, I would take the one before that.
Have some security, so there is an padlock at the entrance, so no one can just come into this place. You actually have to type in a code or use a key to get in. And if you look right here, there's a display. If you have a guest come over, their face will come up on the screen, and you can let them in. And also, it has our own window because it has an air conditioning unit, which we didn't see in the previous 2 places. In the summer or the winter, you should be covered. Just looking at the roof, I can already see 3 to 4 outlets, which is nice. If you do have electrical items, you should be covered on all sides of the wall. This is the whole kind of center area, as you can see.
Okay, but I think the house that.
It's a little bit lower, but that's because it does have a lot of walls. We'll get to in a second. We have this kind of cool blue ball. I guess it's pretty cool. You can pull down these 2 bars right here, put a pole, and you can hang your clothes here if you really want to dry it because it does have an air conditioning unit with a dryer function. So you don't.
That's pretty interesting. But I mean, I wouldn't try that. I wouldn't mind having the second apartment. It was a lot prettier than that first one. The first one's a piece of shit. That one's pretty good.
and then shot out to somebody else. And for us, that's extremely important because half our team is remote distributed. It's been super efficient for us to communicate across time zones.
Hidden within North Korea is a palace worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet no one lives inside it. But this wasn't always the case. In fact, one of the country's most important figures called this landmark their home. Today, we're going to explore the story of the Kumsasang Palace of the Sun and its current situation. We'll also see one of the country's other important residences and another abandoned building that holds an unwanted world record. On top of this, we'll examine another huge residential property across the globe that is deserted for one reason or another. So let's get started. The Kumsasang Palace of the Sun was first built in 1976. Then it was known as the Kumsasang Assembly Hall. After its creation, it served as the main residence of the then leader and founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung. For 18 years, Il-sung enjoyed the palace, but by 1994, he passed away. As a result, his son Kim Jong-il took over as leader of North Korea. However, it didn't feel right to move into the Kumsasang Palace, so Jong-il converted the former home into a mausoleum for his late father. The cost of this endeavor
You don't damn thing.
as much as $900 million. But there are some reports that it was far less, at $100 million as well. Il Jung's remains were placed in a clear glass sarcophagus and left on display for visitors to pay their respects to. Along the walls inside the palace, many portraits and photographs of Il-sung and his achievements throughout life are displayed. The palace also showcases the various gifts he received from across the world. Yet by 2011, Kim Jong-il would also follow in his father's footsteps and pass away, leaving his son Kim Jong-un to lead North Korea. During his funeral, the palace served as a start and end point for the procession. This procession lasted 3 hours and was 25 miles long altogether. The Kumsasang Palace was then closed to the public for a year. In December 2012, it opened back up again on the first anniversary of Jong-il's passing. Now, it had the remains of the former North Korean leader on display in the same fashion as his father, along with also having portraits and photographs of his life's achievements immortalized. The Kumsasang Palace also displays the train carriage that Jong-il passed away in as a sort of macabre artifact. The palace also has a number of Jong-il favorite items on display, such as his beloved vehicles, his yacht, outfits, medals, and other personal items. During the year it was closed, the grounds around the palace were also renovated. Now there are water fountains and a flower garden for visitors to enjoy. In 2013, the North Korean government declared the Kumsasang Palace of the Sun as a national landmark, thus ensuring it is continuously maintained and protected in the future. As we mentioned earlier, visitors are allowed into the Kumsasang Palace of the Sun, but with some conditions. For starters, the visitors have to dress up in formal wear. So the attire for most tourists is banned, such as shorts, t-shirts, and anything casual. No open footwear.
Small apartments around the world.
Flip-flops and sandals.
YouTube.
The visitor also has to have neat hair. Both the remains of the former leaders.
I'm curious what I can find on his. Yeah, we did Japan. I mean, I like small. I mean, I would not want to live in a small apartment. I mean, I actually do live in a small apartment, but you know. Okay, actually, in this one, I'm going to just. I mean, this room is because it's a small apartment.
So, only going to kill killers. You know what? That actually sounds pretty badass.
Later on today, guys, I'm going to be doing something else. So.
Not your most subtle work. You know, if you're looking for a little constructive criticism.
few weeks ago we had a chance to take a look at Tokyo's cheapest apartment at just under $100 a month. And again, we're playing fast and loose with the apartments, as it came with some pretty major caveats that made it questionable as to whether or not it was even really a livable space.
2 months ago. What if we actually told? Hey, good news. What if I actually had an office opening up in Florida?
It was old, it was raggedy, and you know what, if you want to know more, go check that one out. Today I want to show you a place that's being called Tokyo's smallest new apartment, and in contrast to the last place, it is very new, and it's very neat. Let's go. Alright, so this is the one we'll be checking out right here. Are you ready? You'll be excited. Okay, so right now I'm having Genkan or entranceway space, which is small, but it's not bad. I've been in hangar spaces in Japan, and I like this place. Okay, we'll take a look at this place completely empty, and then see if we can talk to one of the residents and see how they use their space. So this is the entrance or Genkan space right here, and it's actually got a shoe closet right here. You can be a strip shoe collector with that, as well as a little closet space right here. And you probably fit your washing machine right in this space here. It's got the whole hookup for it and everything. And then right beside that, you have an induction here and a sink. The landlord let me know that the water isn't hooked up right now, so I'm not going to run the water. But the thing that's already caught my attention the most is a lot of these smaller Japanese apartments that has something called a unit bath, which is like the bath and the sink and the toilet all in the same room. They're terrible. This place seems to have the shower and the washroom separate. This here is the shower. Wow. That's actually not terrible. Like, this is actually better than most showers you'll find in business hotels here in Japan.
Looks like a telephone booth.
Itself is right here. As you can see, they have put a lot of effort into making sure that both the washroom and the shower area have a really new and pristine feel to them. They're genuinely nicer than the washrooms you'll find in a lot of apartments in Japan. But now for the moment of moments, the main room. This is the main room. It is tiny. In fact, this entire place is something like only 9 meters square, which means you're likely to find smaller places in Tokyo. In fact, my first apartment was pretty much just the size of this room here. I didn't have my own bathroom. It was a shared bathroom, but this place comes with some features and benefits that make it very livable and very interesting. So let me show you around and I guess share what's special about this place. Is just built to be really livable. Aside from the loft, which we'll take a look at in a second, there are little hangers up here that you can put your clothing on and whatnot if you want to hang your laundry. There's actually this neat little cord here that you can stretch across all the way to the other side. Boom. And you can hang your laundry there like that. It takes a second to retract. The windows give the place a ton of light. It's got a brand new air conditioner in there. Plug here is wired for 3 outlets as well as LAN and TV. And then what is this? Okay. We got here. Okay. The ventilation to the outdoors. Neat. Let's take a peek at the loft. Oh wow. Okay, that's really nice. And the windows again just add so much light and it's got its own lights. This is very livable. This is what it looks like here. You could probably fit a bed or a phone there. Top of all might be a little tight for me diagonally. I figured that. I'd actually probably put my bed down below anyway. I'd likely set up my bed down there and then use this for more soap.
Put it a little too long. Put pizza in too long. How's everyone doing today, huh? I'm trying out microwave pizza. I'm just trying out microwave pizza. I don't like it.
Hey guys, Jenny here. Welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of tiny homes and people living alternative lifestyles. In this week's video, we're taking a look at a cleverly built miniature studio. And while the inside might look like something that you'd see in New York City or San Francisco, you'll see that the outside is actually a stealth van. Jason built out this van himself so that he could live in the city comfortably while attending a grad program and avoiding the high cost of living.
One of the slogans of the Swedish company IKEA urges to think boldly. However, it would rather seem that they are far from bold thinking when all their proposals for interior design are limited to the principles of comfort and practicality. The heroes of our next video are not afraid to make bold decisions. They build houses on the water, or even take them on the road with them. With that said, check out our top 8 smallest and the most comfortable houses.
Hello. So, if you're new to my channel, my name's Emma.
Number 1. Emma was born in Australia. She studies in Japan and lives in an 8 square meter room. When telling her followers about her home via her YouTube channel, she constantly hits the walls with both hands. At the same time, she manages to show everything: her living room, kitchen, loft bedroom, elaborate bathroom, garden, and balcony with a dismantled bicycle, as well as various cute things such as a bunny her friend sewed for her and jars in the kitchen cupboard containing some tasty Japanese goodies. Everything is arranged so logically that Emma even manages to find a place not only for work or cooking, but also for dancing and doing yoga and pull-ups with a horizontal bar. You've heard it right. There is a horizontal bar in her apartment. The only downside is that when her friends come over, they can only sit on the floor, or they can sit on the balcony by her bicycle.
Nice.
2. Emma admits that she feels very comfortable living alone, but our next hero shares a narrow space with the whole family.
Nope, I wasn't. Hey, Zach. What's up? That was gross. I'll be back in a second, Zach. You want to talk still or not? Because I can get off this and come back on, and we can do that. Okay, I'll be back in a second, Zach. So you want me to get off this and start over again? Because I don't mind. I was just waiting for you to get on. Okay. So let me cut this off and get a StreamYard, okay? I'll be there in see you in about 5 seconds. See you in about 3 minutes. They go to StreamYard.